Yo, what's going on out there? YouTube's SEL0320 representing JVS, to my great excitement and my great acknowledgement of being able to see Cloak Dagger Season 2 2 days before its premiere. I can tell you off the bat, and you can stop the view right here if you want to, but you don't have to be worried. This is great. These first 2 episodes are an amazing start to this season. I just say that out the gate. But going into the specifics, the first episode, it starts off with the dynamics between Tandy and Ty, where they are with their lives right now, what they're doing, what they're trying to do emotionally and mentally, and just so many different things about the facets of them. It's just beautifully choreographed and done and shot from the cinematography. One of the big things about this, I saw this on like a big screen, and I was able to appreciate the amazing cinematography and the efforts with the camera work in this one, because the lighting and the color correction and just so many different things about the way this aesthetically looked and the feel of it was even more top-notch than the first season, which I thought was commendable and really good. But, seeing Ty kind of going and being a rogue and doing his own thing, kind of what Tandy was doing, and then kind of Tandy kind of like trying to get her mind refocused and trying to help her mom and trying to, recoup, so to speak, was really interesting and fascinating, because it was like they switched roles, because that was what Ty was doing. Ty was playing basketball and coordinated with his mom and dad, even though he was frustrated. He was internally messed up. And it's kind of like now Ty is in a situation where he's kind of like Tandy's like doing things, but they're still themselves. Like Ty is very much so like a hero. Like he really wants to do the right thing. He knows what's right from wrong. Tandy walks this interesting fine line, and they play and dabble with that on so many different levels, especially in the second episode, but I'll get to that a little bit later on. But from my personal perspective, I think that so many different things that they did with the first episode was like just eye candy, like things that you questioned in the first season. It's like, man, the dynamics between them, they are deeper than brother and sister. They are deeper than, friends. Like they are intricately connected on every level, and they don't deny that. And I love that about their relationship. It bodes well for a future relationship, but it's even more fascinating to watch and see, especially when they go to the club at the end of the first episode. And I was kind of just like, and when she kind of just started putting on her shirt and getting ready, I was like, what is she doing? And then she kind of just got at him and like, you're a fashion emergency, whatever. It was just so cute. But at the same time, it was so them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not trying to be other characters. They're just an evolved progression of what you would expect for these characters to become, ultimately. And then you got, like, the detective who's really just down on herself. Like, she's anxiety-ridden. She's all over the place. Like, she's just war-torn. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just seems like, I don't know how to put it. Like, she seems like she's just raggedy. Like, there's nothing about her that can progress. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just too damaged. And then the craziness happens at the club. And it's just like, let me take a step back. Tyrone and Tandy have this falling out because Tyrone goes and tries to do something stupid without Tandy. And it's kind of like their interaction is just so cute. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm a shipper of Tyrone and Tandy. Like, I get, Ty and Amina, like, I get, like, their connection. That's fine. But in game, no pun intended, is Ty and Tandy. I'm sorry. Trandy, whatever you want to call it. But nah, it was just like Ty was doing his own thing, and he showed up, helped save the day, and it was really interesting to watch and see. I'm trying to say enough without spoiling too much. And I promise you, I will not spoil the end of the second episode, because the end of the second episode flipped me out. Like, I was like, bruh, what? Like, that was a real shocker. Like, I was kind of like, man, how they gonna play this off? You know what I'm saying? Like, how they gonna really go and play this off? But then when you see it, I was like, what? Second episode, the thing about it was they did so much to play these different callback moments just from the aesthetic design that I guess the payoff did work out in the end. But it's kind of just like, I was like, where are they going with this? Like, why do they keep going back? Like, just make it a linear arc, because now it feels like, like you're dabbling with Tyrone's storyline. Like, now he's going interacting with, the aunt. Now he's going and doing too much. Now Tandy's going and acting rogue because she's doing too much. And it's kind of just like, where are they going to meet back in the middle? And just like every single episode does so well, they do exactly that in an interestingly crazy way with the punchline of the end. That's really all I can say. This is hard for me to talk about without spoiling it. This is one of those episodes I wish for real, that I could spoil, because there's a lot of meat in the last 10 minutes of the second episode that I was just like, oh, let's go, bruh. So for me, I think these 2 episodes were a winner. Definitely, you're gonna see some crazy things that you didn't expect. You're definitely gonna find some really strong performances in the actors. You know, Aubrey and the actress that plays the role of Tandy, and even like the actress that playing the role of Mayham, so that's the detective. Like, it's just, all of it, it just is better. It's just as good as the first season, and I think it's refining these characters and evolving them in a natural progression without forcing your hand. Now, again, I'll say that the second episode goes and floods around with like flashbacks, callbacks, and I felt like it could have been lessened. I think it could have made it a little bit more linear and just kind of got to the point with certain things, but I think there's going to be an interesting payoff in the third episode, for sure. Like, I almost can guarantee it just based on the ramifications of what's happening. Like, how do we get here? I guess that's going to be the biggest question. But the music was dope. The music was so dope, man. When they were in the club, I was like, this is so crazy, man. I'm loving this show. I feel like the whole entire time I was watching it, and I think you're going to probably do the same exact thing, especially the first episode, I just had this huge, goofy grin on my face like I am right now. Like, I legit was having a good time. I was legit, even in the moments that I was kind of just like, man, this is messed up, man, this is sad, man, this is crazy. Like, I legit was having a good time. I was legit like realizing how much I really missed these characters and missed this world that they had built, you know, on this platform. So definitely get my seal of approval. I don't even get these number ratings. These are just great progressional episodes for what looks like an insanely crazy season. Definitely go tune in Thursday night. Check out Cloak and Dagger. I didn't spoil too much on the second episode. Said a little bit, maybe too much on the first episode, but I didn't give you organics. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, enjoy it. Please leave a like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tune in. Push that little bell button, because we're gonna give you a review every episode, and in every episode is also gonna be a reaction. It's gonna be on our Patreon. Go to the description bar below and check that out. All right, love you guys. Have a good night. Peace.